send the agenda out, Mike?
Yeah.
You did? I didn't see it, probably just missed it.
Are you ready? All right. I'd like to call this meeting to order of the Cemetery Advisory Committee at 6:36 like that. Will you stand Pledge of Allegiance, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Tonight we have Mr. Balkos like that. He's been working on the plot maps over at the Johnson Cemetery, and he's gonna go ahead and give us an overview of what he's accomplished like that. And I guess he has a large size or full size plot that's available like that, so.
I'm very pleased to present you with this. This is so far the Johnson section of the cemetery up here on Buzzell Hill. And as you can see, I think we covered just about every single plot marker that's there. Everything there is everything you see in red has been recovered and measured and plotted on this map. This copy is for you. This here is a detail of the Johnson section right here. I thought that might be important since this section of the cemetery is named for them. You, sir, were very interested in Art Snow.
Yeah, there is.
There he is right there, and like you said, his headstone faces west,
Yeah,
everybody else faces south.
so,
As he wanted.
yeah.
Yeah, an interesting thing that was on his headstone is engraved "Final Curtain."
Final curtain. Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's just a
New one.
blowout of this section.
This
Yes,
section
yes,
right
an
here.
enlargement of this, of the
Okay.
Johnson family section right there.
Nice. So-
Does this conclude what the town contracted you to do? Or
No,
is
this
this
is
just
only
one piece?
One piece.
Okay.
I still have on the other side over here,
oh.
East Ware section to do,
Mhm.
and then after that would be Pine Grove.
Okay,
So you didn't find any discrepancies?
No, not yet, not
Good.
yet, no, everything,
Yeah,
yeah, it's marked on the plan is what's on the ground.
I didn't think you were gonna find any discrepancies in that side.
Discrepancies to what?
Well, you know, I thought there was somebody made a thing that weren't sure where the lots were and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
I was surprised because,
So the ground matches what
yeah,
Yeah,
was on this plot? I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, yeah, and I wouldn't have thought there'd be any discrepancy at all because that was all done by the engineers there in 1960 when they moved those two cemeteries up from
yeah,
East Ware.
yeah,
So all the red is your work?
yeah,
Things, anything that's written in like black was already there before?
Oh.
in 1983,
The original, okay, got it.
yeah.
And so these weren't looked at, or?
I
There's nothing
looked
there?
at, but nothing there.
There's nothing
No,
there?
nothing
They
there.
bought the
This-
lot but hasn't done anything with it?
Yeah,
Sometimes they
no.
don't have corner markers then? That's the
No,
deal?
no, not all
they don't
do.
put corner markers until they bury someone, as far as,
Oh, okay.
I think they just buy the plot.
So,
Really?
okay.
Because I just bought a lot and I did corner markers put in
Oh,
immediately.
okay, well then, I strike that.
It must
Yeah, I
be-
don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
don't-
know,
That I don't know.
I know.
I think that's one of the things we're gonna talk about tonight, is figuring out what the process is, so.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know, you're right. I think they're bought in advance, because
Right.
you're,
well,
I
not
can't
all.
remember her first name, Ms. Bilodeau, who
Yeah.
works,
Maureen.
Maureen.
Maureen,
She met me up there with you, Pete,
Right,
one
yeah.
time,
Yeah.
and she was interested in seeing where they were on the ground. She had bought them in advance.
Yeah,
Okay.
so maybe these ones here were
Not yet sold.
not yet sold possibly, never sold.
Is
Well,
this
they must-
going
they
down
have Hamel
Buzzell
on
Hill this
one.
way?
Well, some of these, I was gonna
They
say,
a lot.
these must have been
The
sold.
ones without the names.
Oh, these are.
Oh,
blank
the ones without the
blank
names,
I
So
see.
they
yeah.
were laid out
Yeah,
as,
they are.
as available, but never sold
Sold.
maybe,
Right.
back
Yeah.
in East Ware.
Well,
So
that
this
makes
is
sense.
east here and this is Buzzell here?
John's,
This is Johnson.
This
and
is
east
Johnson,
east is over
East
here.
Ware's in front.
road-wise,
That's
Buzzell is here.
Buzzell's here down the bottom.
Then, no, I don't know. I was gonna say, I know on east, but not on Johnson.
No, my understanding is that when you buy the lot, you also pay for the cornerstones at that time, and they're supposed to be put in.
Okay, well, I.
That's my,
I
has
retract
always
what I
been my
said. I
understanding.
retract what I said. I
No, I don't know, I
was
mean,
incorrect.
not sure what they're doing and where. I'm just saying that, that's my understanding.
So technically, these lots are available to be sold.
Right,
If they were to be allowed to be sold, I don't even know, but I'm just saying that
yeah.
theoretically, if there's no name in it, then nobody's ever bought it, is my guess.
There's no headstone on the ground
No
at that
headstone.
location.
No corner markers
These
Yeah.
here would be available. for-
Available.
as well, well,
Yep,
yeah, the
there's ones
ones,
over here too.
that's something we can cross-check.
Something that I don't quite understand what they are is, you'll see a lot of these, that I've done with a circle.
Yeah,
They're J1 through J something, 30 something or the other. I don't know what their purposes are. They were buried pretty deep, and they are
It is.
round disc,
Yeah, they're an aluminum disc with raised.
that was to mark the lot, I believe. Yeah.
I guess. Well, I found all those, and I tied orange surveyor's ribbon on it, so that hopefully maybe it'll be a little bit easier to find them. I know that Naomi's been out there with the janitor and had trouble finding some of these things, but hopefully I've uncovered them all, and
So steel spike, aluminum disc, and the stone.
yeah, the stones are about 6 inches square, and they're engraved with the family's initial.
Right,
On each of these plots where there's
Yeah.
a square, there's a,
yeah.
Yeah,
there's an
yeah,
S,
there's-
like
yeah,
an S on
yeah.
this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Alright. Well, maybe the aluminum disc was the cheaper option, right? If-
Well, I don't,
didn't
yeah.
work.
No, I don't think it's
Has
that, I
something
think
to do
it's
with,
just,
must have something to do with cataloging or
I think,
inventory.
yeah, I think when they're laying the thing out, they put the disc in as a number. But
Yeah.
it's not the cornerstones,
No.
No, no,
not to replace the cornerstones.
no,
Or
which I
it's a-
think is just for identification.
It could have something to do with, it could, I don't know that it does, it could have something to do with when they actually lay out the cemetery, saying these are
Like
the
this one's
roads,
listed as
or,
vacant, and this one is
Yeah.
yeah,
ground
these are
plus.
this has something to do with marking a layout.
Yeah,
So they're,
There's a J2.
they're
and a
like
J3.
plot markers, not family name. Like, I mean, they're typically on the
Well,
corners.
there's no cornerstones on leads, right?
Two
You don't have,
spikes.
you don't have squares,
Two
No.
spikes and 2 aluminum discs.
yeah.
so, I mean,
Yeah,
those should
I-
be fixed, that's kind of a,
Don't know the history behind that, but
Yeah.
that's what I found on the ground.
Did you find the discs typically on the corners of the
At,
plots?
at corners of plots and buried deeper than anything else. I had, Naomi let me use the town's metal detector, which was a great help.
Oh.
I mean, you couldn't find it without it, because
No, we had
they
one.
were,
didn't even
A
know we
good-
did one.
yeah, you do. Yeah, they keep it right here in the janitor's closet
I
downstairs.
wonder what they use that for.
This,
This kind of
Say
stuff?
it
This,
probably has something to do
this.
with cemetery maintenance,
Yeah.
I guess.
yeah,
These ones here were cement-filled iron pipes.
yeah,
So not spikes either. then.
No.
no,
Totally different.
yeah, yeah.
Well,
I
maybe if
really
there was
think
some
they-
kind of material shortage at some time, they substituted things,
Or depression,
yeah.
World War II.
Mm.
Now, is there another Hadley in here, Hadley's in the back part of this?
Where's
Or is
There,
this?
there is, I've seen a Hadley headstone, I'm not sure what, I wanna say it's probably,
He's in the Johnson, because he was.
yeah, oh,
He died, he
yeah.
was in the Civil War. He's a relative.
Hadley, where are you?
Is this laid out right? Is
Well, I
this laid
mean-
out, so this is actually,
Well, I mean, north is
Buzzell?
that way.
This is Buzzell Hill here.
Yeah, I would think Buzzell Hill
Well,
would
way
be,
down here, but.
yeah,
Yeah.
I know, but I mean on the edge, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, so East Road would be that
Yeah,
way.
East Road's gonna be on that side.
so that copy is for you guys. I can make as many copies as might be needed. I can even send you guys a PDF. I've sent Naomi a PDF.
Yeah, we
and
got
she
it.
seemed- You got it?
Did that
She
get-
forwarded it to you?
that
Yeah,
scanned?
Yeah, Naomi shared
Yeah,
the.
yeah,
Do we have a scanner this, in the town?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have
you
one this
do
big.
now.
This big?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
do.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a good scan. I mean, it's the whole thing,
yeah.
which is
Yeah.
great to have a digital copy of this. That's so valuable.
Make sure you date it.
Yeah.
Johnson, Harry and Law,
I don't know
yep.
if it's been dated.
Yeah, there's been a lot of scratching out here, so that's why I did this detail for
Came in the email.
This
them.
area,
And
yeah.
I guess the Johnsons are somebody important in town history, I guess.
Well,
Is that
It's
right?
Attached to the.
It was an old family,
Okay,
you know,
yeah.
Yes.
Well, they
and they
also,
started the cemetery, that family started the cemetery, you know, and then started selling lots. They probably owned a piece of land. That's
Ah.
usually what happened.
oh.
They owned a
see.
piece of land and they wanted to put a cemetery in, so then they fenced it off and then started selling lots. And initially, it was probably just barbed wire.
This one had another name too, right? There was a second name for it. I remember seeing that. It was
No,
called by
was it
two
Mount
different.
Pleasant?
Mount Pleasant.
Mount Pleasant,
Mount
yeah.
Pleasant.
I was trying to think
Right-hand
of it,
side.
what
It was
was it?
Mount
Yeah,
Pleasant
it's
at one
Mount
time.
Pleasant,
Going
yeah.
into East Ware Center, it was on the right,
Yep, yeah.
overlooking the
Yeah,
water.
East Square was
Yeah.
on the left and
Yep.
Yeah.
Mount Pleasant.
Johnson was
It
on
was
the
on
right.
the right.
Okay.
So I can provide more copies if, when or if you need it.
Well, I think this, if we have this, is, we can use it as a master, and if we
Yeah.
have a copier that can make this size, then,
Yeah.
I think they do over in planning.
yeah, I was gonna say planning should help.
Yeah,
So you're calling Johnson done? You
Yes.
Completed the whole thing?
Johnson
yes,
is complete.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
What's your schedule going forward, Bob?
Well, it would be, I can't, obviously can't do anything over
In the
the
snow,
winter.
yeah.
Get right on East Ware in the
East
spring, so I would anticipate getting East Ware done in spring of '25, and Pine Grove done in the fall of '25.
Mhm. That'd be great.
Naomi was giving me 2 years to get the whole project done, so that would be,
Right, next year.
it'd be before.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Wonder if we scanned all the maps that are in there. Do we have digital copies of them all? We don't know.
I don't think so.
doubt it.
We will.
Yes, I just said I
We
thought
should.
that would be a great idea, that if we could, you know, make copies
This
and.
was a lot of work. Thank you very much for doing it.
Well,
Yeah.
you're welcome.
Yeah.
My pleasure.
I knew these people really well at Gate
Yeah.
as a kid, yeah.
You must like doing this, I would think.
I
Yeah.
do,
Yeah.
I do. Yeah, you
This is-
bet. It's,
It's tedious
yeah.
if you don't like it.
Yeah, no, I do. It's, yeah, you get to be outdoors, you get to be a detective, you get to be
Was early
an
on.
investigator.
Yeah.
And then his son,
Yeah,
Ray,
not boring at all.
you know, Ray just died a year ago.
Reed, yeah.
But this was his father, Guy, who was a postmaster in East Ware.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
And what's funny is there's people that have died in the last couple of years that lived in East Ware that right through until the 60s, and they're not being buried in the East Ware Cemetery. They're being buried over in Pine Grove.
Mm.
I think that seems kind of different,
Well,
but
did they
I don't
have
know.
lots? Did they purchase lots?
I don't know if there's lots of, even, I think there's lots available still in East Ware.
Yeah. You would think, but
Very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bob, appreciate it very much like that.
Anytime you need me to come in,
Just holler, right?
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you.
We look forward to seeing East Ware and Pine Grove too like that.
Well,
Yeah,
so am I, but I need a little cooperation from Mother Nature for that.
yeah, well,
Wow. I'm glad you're not going out tomorrow. It's gonna be really cold. Wind chill.
Yeah, The other thing I wanted to bring up is, make sure you all understand that I have a day job that I go to.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, we know,
Okay.
yeah,
Otherwise, this would be done faster.
No,
Okay.
no.
yeah,
No.
Good.
yeah, we know.
All right.
Yeah,
No, I was just asking from a curiosity standpoint,
Yeah.
not from a, get it done.
get it done,
You know,
get her done.
thanks.
Try to get it done right.
It's
Just helps us understand.
Yep, good.
Timing-wise,
Yep.
when things are
All
gonna
right.
happen, so.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
awesome, all right.
Thank you again.
thank you.
Thank you, Bob.
See you around.
Yeah.
Appreciate it like that, right.
Have a good holiday.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
thank
Merry
you.
Christmas.
Yeah,
Oh, you too.
Okay, Janice, did you want to, you had mentioned earlier about something about the plot maps and, I don't remember exactly what you had said, so.
No, I just, we said we were gonna talk about, start looking at reviewing and organizing the
Oh,
cemetery
okay, all right,
documents
yeah, I
next
have
door,
that
so-
farther down here, so,
Yeah, so I said, I know it'll come under when we talk about that, but
exactly, so. Next on the list there is to review and approve the minutes from the November 7th, 2024 meeting like that.
I honestly hadn't looked at them. I apologize.
I did, I mean, the only thing I come up with there, and it's just a play on words there, it's on page 3, under section 7 there where it says cemetery maintenance. That it's written as the committee reviewed the draft cemetery maintenance RFP, and put all the words in, it's the cemetery lawn care specifications RFP. So people don't get confused on what is cemetery maintenance and what is cemetery lawn care, is there a difference between the two? So that's the only reason I didn't see anything else, I thought it looked good other than that.
You want me to make that change?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm having a technical issue. Hang on, excuse me 1 second.
Better you than me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just that, it's listed as the cemetery lawn care specifications, so
Okay.
cemetery maintenance.
All right, right. Okay.
Because I'm afraid cemetery maintenance, they may be off on something else there, and,
Right.
trees and stones and
Right.
fences and everything else like that.
We're gonna withhold on a vote for that till everybody has a chance to weigh in, or?
No, I can just abstain from the voting. I'll make a motion to approve as amended.
Second,
You second it?
all right,
Second.
all in favor?
Yes?
Yes,
All in favor?
So 301.
Yeah, 3,
I abstain. Since I hadn't read them.
that's okay.
Okay.
Next on the agenda there is to review and approve the 5-year maintenance plan from November 22nd, 2024, the work session that we had there on that Friday like that. I didn't see anything, I liked it the way we've set up like that, what Tom had done with it, like
Yeah.
that, the minutes like that, so I don't have any issues with it.
The only thing is, we learned at the last Board of Selectmen meeting about the Collins Cemetery being private. We just need to make sure that's reflected in the main documentation that we have, and take it off the list.
maybe Maine with a question mark, because
Right.
they've done an awful lot of work up there if it's private. So they've spent a lot of cypre money.
It's in the town contract, right? It's in the maintenance
It's
contract?
still in the maintenance, yeah. They
Right.
put-
That was said at the meeting too, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think we need to know what work's been done as far back, as much as we can find out on each cemetery, that's all.
Well, the copies that were just made, if you go to the 1992 annual report for the cemetery trustees, I don't know how many pages in it is.
1992,
The first page says,
page 115?
well, yeah, but these are all different, so the way you stapled it together. So
Yeah, but it's the
that's
same
why it's
page number,
115,
yeah.
Page number at the top, upper right-hand corner is 115. Says the following is a list of town-maintained cemeteries and private burial grounds in the town of Ware. And right under the town-maintained cemeteries, number 1 like that, well, not number 1, where was it here? I lost it. Collins was on here. Oh, it's number 18 on that list is the Collins Cemetery's listed as a town-maintained
Yeah.
cemetery.
Yeah,
But the heading of the list says town-maintained
cemeteries.
Cemeteries,
and private, so it's,
that's correct. So
it's a
you-
combination.
So, well, that's right, but turn the page over on the
We have
back side.
116? Oh, there's another, okay.
Yeah, I
On
think
the back
they're
side,
out of
But
order.
the private cemeteries are listed here,
Are the
not,
private
Collins
cemeteries.
isn't listed in that.
I don't have 116.
You have this with a picture of this?
Nope.
oh, I see why.
Do you have
Somebody
two?
have two copies?
I have 2 copies.
You have two? All right, yeah, let me have one.
You know what, I made the copies.
She did a wonderful job, just want to tell you.
Fired as a collator.
It's been a long day.
You're not qualified as a collator. Not
Well,
many.
they
I'm
were,
not.
I thought they were all single-sided and they weren't, one was double-sided
There
in
you go.
there, so I had one side to two sides.
Yeah.
And then as they were going through, I'm like, oh no, that one's actually double-sided.
No, that's fine.
That's, yeah.
A little levity never hurts, though. Yeah, on the backside there, it listed private cemeteries, the South Ware Cemetery, Friends South Cemetery, Friends North Cemetery, Friends New South Cemetery.
Those are not private anymore, though. Those have all been,
Well, I
those
know.
3 have been turned over to the town, the Friends.
And Eaton too, right?
Well,
And
that-
Eaton,
Well, that's the
yeah.
challenge, is going through these annual reports for the
Yeah.
cemeteries trustees.
Yeah, those
It's
have- I know
not-
those
it's
have
not
been-
noted, though. I mean,
Yeah, but those, though, I know the Friends and Eaton have all been changed over. Harvey Yard is still private, as far as I know, Reed is and Reeves is.
Yeah.
Those 3 are private, in the South Ware, but Eaton and the Friends have all been turned over to the town of Ware.
And it said Collins was, is it possible that Collins ever went private after this?
No,
1992?
not that I'm aware of. Why, they wouldn't go private after turning it over to the town. Wouldn't make any sense.
No, I know.
Yeah, if I recall the discussion that we had initially about taking it over, about the request to take it over, was that it was private. It's been that way for a long time, so
So why are we maintaining it?
I can't answer
That
that.
doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Right, according to this in 1992, it wasn't.
Yeah, so I think maybe we can take an action to, as we sort through things, let's pay a special attention to pulling out Collins-related things, and maybe we can get a timeline for Collins and
Yeah,
see if we find anything that indicates that it's really not private or
right.
is private.
I'm hoping, once we get into the town office and start going through the paperwork, there's something in there that'll say, this is what, what transpired there, because they probably did move back and forth like that, but it doesn't show up in the annual reports, and when I went through the minutes, I didn't see anything either that explained there that why they took them on or when they took them on, so it's,
No, but as far as what was presented, that we did on the 22nd and then was presented at the last Board of Selectmen meeting, we do have
Yes.
Collins on there, and we agreed in the 22nd meeting to take it off. Excuse me, we agreed in the Board of Selectmen meeting on the 2nd to take it off,
okay,
Take it off of,
that list.
off the 5-year plan.
Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
And are we gonna stop doing maintenance on it also?
No.
Okay.
Would there be something in the Hillsborough County Register of Deeds transferring that land? If it
Yeah,
had
should be.
happened, if-
Yeah, would have to be to have it legal.
Well, that's assuming it was ever private, but, well, if it is in fact private now, then theoretically, in the past 30 years, there would have been potentially a
Transfer
transfer
of-
to private ownership, unless it was always private. But this indicates that it wasn't. But, I don't know, how you,
I don't know.
I don't know what the,
I'm not
The
quite
route
sure how
is-
you go about tracking that down.
Well, I think you'd have to go down to down to Nashville to
You
the
can actually add to the registry of
the
deeds.
see if
deeds
there's
and
anything.
sit there and go through that.
yeah, I don't know what paperwork exists at all to prove one way or the other at this point. Okay.
No, that sounds like a good winter project.
But right now, it is off the 5-year plan
Okay.
per that,
Good.
right? I mean, that's,
Yep, no.
that happened,
Yep.
officially.
I didn't see anything else on it, so it's. Any other comments or corrections on
On the 5-year
on
plan?
the 5-year plan there from November 22nd, 2024?
I just have to make, I had question marks next to how many headstones a 5-gallon bucket cost and how many headstones it would clean. And there was a correction to make it 350 to 250,
Mhm.
and approximately 70 headstones.
70
I
headstones,
had
that's
question
correct.
marks, so
Yeah.
I've corrected
Yeah.
both
Okay,
of those.
all right.
Okay.
And we get approval to spend 2,500 for cleaning solutions for Center Square headstones.
Yep, and I looked up, there are some places, I think Rochester, New York, you can buy it from. I don't know if, you know, they only ship or if you can go pick it up. We're in no hurry, obviously, because we're not gonna hit above 45 for a while.
We have to buy it, though, by the
We
end
have
of
to
the
buy it before the
year?
end of the year?
No,
Oh, we don't?
no, not with that money.
That 2,500 can sit
Yeah.
All right,
until we're ready?
okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And the storage requirements are cool, dry at room temperature.
For 5 years, I saw.
Shelf life.
Yeah,
Shelf life.
shelf life.
Yeah, I remember we talked about the 5-year shelf life, but I didn't remember if there was a temperature range for storage.
Yeah,
I looked at the
Wasn't it 45 or above, or?
That's for applications.
Application, it was 45 or above. I looked at the SDS sheet there, and it freezes at 16 degrees Fahrenheit, but it didn't say about storage, there wasn't anything about keeping it above.
No, I just said store and cool, dry at
Yeah,
room temperature. There was no temperature range, but room temperature usually is
65
50
anyway.
or above.
Yeah,
Okay.
50 or above, yep.
so we'd have to find a place to store that,
Yeah.
or not buy it until it gets warm.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully, what we buy at a time, we'll use up during the summer months.
I would think so. I
Some-
didn't call down to DPW to see if they had room to store 7 5-gallon containers, because figure we're not gonna buy them right now, so.
Yeah, something else I thought of too, and it just popped in, you know, because we talked a little bit about putting some loam down, but we'd have to be really careful, because once they put the headstones back in, you can't loam up very high, because you got writing on the bottom. I mean, you could grade it away kinda and put some down, but the other thing we never talked about was putting some fertilizer down. None of these cemeteries that I'm aware of have ever been fertilized. And I know other towns do fertilize the cemeteries. They're probably not putting a ton down, but maybe once a year or something, throwing something down.
So that's not part of the lawn maintenance RFP?
I don't believe that they do any fertilizing. I don't have a copy of that.
We just got this, we just
I think it's just
Released today.
released.
clean up, raking and stuff and mowing.
Well, when we talked about the 5-year plan, we only talked about trees and headstones in the plan. I think we said that would be something that would be either injected in at some point or year 5, right? I mean, it's not part of the plan right now.
Right. But I just thought if you noted it, that,
Right.
you know, we'd remember that.
Yeah, it definitely has to be done.
I don't believe it's done when I don't believe it's in that contract, and maybe that contract needs to be updated to include that.
We just released
It
it
just-
today. We
It really- it
looked
went
at
out- it went out
twice, and
today.
We
Yeah,
didn't
they
add
can't.
anything, so it's gone for now.
Yeah, it's
It's
until
already
next
gone.
year.
Well, I think that contract's a 3-year
It's a
contract,
3-year,
isn't it?
yeah.
Okay.
Well, it'll be a 2-year contract.
A
I
2-year?
mean, there could be
Well,
another
yeah,
RFP for that type of work,
Or a mod to it.
Yeah.
yeah.
right?
No, it doesn't list anything about fertilizer. It's just cleanup, mowing, bush weeding and hedge maintenance debris.
Yeah, yeah, I'd read it, not recently, but I had read it.
Yeah, I did get them out. Check the attachment.
So, we're not in a crunch to buy these supplies by the end of the year, that's good.
Not with the 2,500
Not with the
from
25,
Mildred Hall or Ethel Eastman.
right. Yeah, that's what I was referring to, was that money that was approved. Okay. But there is a crunch for,
The headstone.
the headstones, the 30,000, well, we have to get that out by, well, that went out, right?
That went out, the
That went
RFP's
out
out.
today. That went
It's
out
supposed to be
today.
back in, I think, on the 24th. Which I don't have a calendar in front of me. I don't know what, is that what day is
I
that?
think it's the 23rd, and 23rd's a Monday,
Okay,
and we are meeting.
yeah, so you can look at that night.
And that
And
was,
we're meeting on the 30th as well.
Because you'll have to allocate that money for that, or we'll lose it.
by the end of the year. Yeah, that's for Sugar Hill and Eaton, right?
Right,
Just the two?
Well, I have concerns there because even though we post an RFP there, if people don't see it, they're not, and they're interested in bidding on it like that, how do they know? I mean, my experience as a facility manager there, I always had to reach out with companies that did that type of work like that.
Well,
You
you
just
can-
can't post an RFP and sit there and wait for someone to show up.
you can call, you can contact, like Perry Brothers, Manchester Monument,
Yeah, there were
there was like four or five of them.
that
Yeah,
bid on the first
that
one.
was in the
Did
minutes.
they bid on the first one like
Yeah.
that? So, okay.
And they found it on their
They
own?
found it, everything?
Well, that, I don't think they all found it on their own. Perry Brothers was made aware that that was going out for bid, so they put a bid in, but they did all the initial work in the beginning, thinking they were gonna end up with a job, and I said it would have to go to bid.
Right.
And,
So is this something where there are known vendors that we would reach out to and say, hey, there's an RFP in case you didn't see it?
we
Or
could.
You just have to wait,
You
just hope they see it?
You can reach out and tell them there's one there if they're interested in it for summer of 2025.
Yeah, we know who
Gra-
submitted bids on the work that's
Yeah,
been done.
just
over
grab
this
the
past
minutes
year.
from, when was the minutes, when was that? June, maybe?
Yeah, I think it was late spring, early summer, so.
Yeah. Go back and look through the minutes and
maybe
find
it
out
was
who they
June,
are.
July,
I can try to look, but you gotta do it right away.
Could you do that? I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah, we're kind of in a time crunch on that. and
Yeah.
Is it something we can do? We can just send them a note?
I don't know why not. I mean, if the town is, published an RFP like that, we're just gonna get
I mean,
the
Perry
people to do that kind of work.
Mm.
Perry Brothers was one, Manchester Monument, I think, was one, and the one in Peterborough was
Cornerstone.
one. And there was another one, but I don't,
Cornerstone and
and then Cornerstone, and then there was one other one, I believe, but I don't
there
remember.
were 4 or 5.
Yeah, and the one in Pembroke, he was the one that came in at, I think, for 70,000.
Oh,
All right.
Anything else on the
Perry Brothers, I think
five-year
Manchester,
maintenance plan?
Manchester.
Not for me.
No, I really appreciate that Tom presented to the Board of Selectmen as the trustees on Monday, and I really appreciate everything to get to this point. So the 5-year plan, I know it took a lot of work from you guys outside of these meetings, and I do want to make sure that that's acknowledged publicly, so thank you very much.
That was the fun part.
Team effort.
Tramping through the woods.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
being outdoors, yeah, it is.
I never brought up your photos that you gave me
I know, it's okay.
to bring up to show. I was like,
I was gonna
totally
hollow
forgot.
that out, but I decided not
No,
to.
I don't know, yeah, I was gonna say, oh, I didn't see your laptop. It's
I didn't
okay.
bring
I didn't see the laptop, so that's what I figured you
We
weren't
made it
doing
in
it.
the end, but I think they all understand severity.
Yeah, so again, thank you very much. I know a lot of work outside of these meetings by you all individually, and I do appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate, the committee, engaging, and going after this like we have, and as much as we have accomplished so far. I mean, we've done, there's still a lot to do, but we've done a lot in a short amount of time.
If you'd have told me in September we'd be presenting a 5-year plan to get anything done next year, I would have said,
No,
yeah, right. So, yeah, I'm impressed.
all right,
Moving
so,
along, moving it.
all right, anything else on the 5-year maintenance plan there, so we can,
I don't think
we're all
so.
set there.
think
We had
so.
removed Collins.
Yeah,
Tom
I
had
just
to
did a
add the-
strikeout and I put a note.
Okay, all right, you
In
did a
case
strikeout, that's fine.
it comes back
No,
or
that
whatever.
Yeah.
makes sense, no, it makes sense just to do it, that was struck from the,
Yeah, that's a strikeout.
that makes sense, that sounds good.
And I
then you had
removed
to
it.
put in 70 headstones and 250 like that for the D2. You had that?
Yeah,
right?
he did that
he
already.
did that
You
already.
All right, so,
So we gotta make a motion that we've corrected that 5-year plan? Or is it all right?
I think it's pretty much just a working
Yeah.
document. I
Yeah,
don't, I
that's
mean,
how I
if you
see it.
wanna, if you
Document,
wanna
so, I mean-
set it at a specific date, I think that's fine, but, it's not anything that we said, this is what we're gonna go do, so I don't know that, because we don't have the authority to go do that.
no, that's why I
Mm.
called it a living document. It's
Yeah.
gonna change like that, it's gonna move. I mean, we've already seen a couple things change, so that's fine.
Yeah, but I think if
That's
you
the
wanna just
advantage.
memorialize in the minutes that, we believe that as of this date.
As
it's-
of- yeah, we could,
It's
as,
accurate based on feedback from the.
Yeah, we could,
Board
as of
Selectmen
December
on
5th, we could say
12/2.
that it's
Yeah.
accurate as of.
Right. In year one of the plan, we had $1,000 for headstone cleaning materials. We're gonna strike that to 0
I believe that's what they said.
in the plan, right?
Really?
Because we're spending
We're gonna spend the $2,500,
$2,500.
that's correct.
for Center Square. But, we're basically
Yeah, I didn't,
gonna clean, I guess we're gonna clean Center Square in year one, is what that means. If we don't have any more money allocated to the
yeah,
plan.
I'm sorry, I did, they had two things. One was to remove Oil Mill
Right,
from the year one and move that to year two. And then take out the $1,000.
yeah.
So I forgot about the Oil Mill,
And take out,
yeah.
Collins. We'll strike out Collins.
Yes, strike out Collins from 26 and take out Oil Mill
From
from
25,
25 and put it into
26.
Or at least move it down to whatever.
Right.
So is the selectman planning on getting some more money from Cypre for March vote?
Well, that's why they took those two actions to figure out how much money was coming into Cypre and what rate, so that they could evaluate how much money over time they can, think they
Think they
could
can
draw
pull?
down.
Yeah,
So,
Okay. So if you make those moves, the year one, 2025 total comes to 27,313.
Yep,
Okay.
that's what I wrote from the other meeting.
Yep. And year two just ballooned up, but that's,
Right, but it'll probably
change again.
just keep moving down.
yeah. And actually, Collins,
Yeah, Collins comes out at 97.50.
yep. So it's down to 47,375.
so the total for 2025 was what, 27 what?
27,313.
Okay,
That includes $500 for the Sugar Hill fence work.
yeah.
Those Eaton, Sugar Hill headstone, Sugar Hill fencing
Yeah,
are the only three.
okay, and then Collins, not Collins, Oil Mill's gonna go down to the next year.
Yep. And it'll get a new priority number at some point. We'll have to reprioritize
Yeah.
the plan.
So, that said, now I think it's done.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot about that.
I saved the new version for 12.5.
Okay.
Well, it would have been through 12 too.
Yeah.
12.5 is
So you'll make those corrections, Tom, and send us out
Send
another
it.
copy?
Yep.
Okay, that'll be good.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
Move on to the next is, set dates for the public work session to start reviewing and organizing cemetery-related documents in the town office. Basically, we gotta work during the hours of the town office, so we're kinda limited when we can be in there and have this room available to us like that. So, and I know some people are still, gainfully employed or working like that, so it's gonna be difficult, I know, for you, Tom, like that. I think the rest of us can, kinda work on that. Afternoons works the best for some people like that, and
Well,
I
when
was-
would Maureen be willing to entertain us?
I don't know, I
guess
have to,
Is a better question.
yeah, I don't know.
I
was
think
gonna
she'll
say-
work around us as long as we give
Come
her,
in here before.
Right, but she's gotta explain,
Oh, well, she did that before,
Right.
once, before this committee was formed. Mike and I came in and spent,
I did too, but
I just, a couple times I've been in like that, she really emphasized it, we need to come in and, while she's here, so.
before she
Right.
Yeah, before she
is
leaves.
gone, yeah.
so maybe you can just give her a quick call and just let us know.
why don't we pick a couple dates and see if any of them work for her?
For her,
Right,
2 dates next week and 2
I can make
dates the
time
week
too,
after.
especially for that first session.
Yeah.
I can get in here for an hour or two. Whatever it takes.
So you're thinking 1 to 4 maybe, or 1 to 3?
I was gonna say 1 to 4, and, if people can work, if they can't do till 4, I mean, the town office closes at 4:30, give her a little chance to put things back in. But, I mean, next week for me, I can do Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, because the town office is closed on Thursday, and I've got an appointment Friday afternoon, so it doesn't work for me.
Next
So-
week, the town office will be closed in the afternoon from
In the
2:15 to 5 for training. So
Every day?
Wednesday's out.
Wednesday's out,
Wednesday's out, so Monday or Tuesday.
yeah, because Thursday she's not here, right? They're closed on
They're
Thursdays.
closed on Thursday.
I could do Tuesday or
Friday.
We're looking at next week?
Next week.
I can't do it. I mean,
That's okay,
I can't do
I
anything
mean,
on that short notice.
and I understand that, so it's,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just trying to,
And the following week is a little bit better.
well, I was looking at trying to do both weeks before she
Well,
leaves, if we,
on Monday, the 16th, there's no Board of Selectmen meeting, so I could meet on a Monday.
Well, she's here till March too. right?
Right.
no, but I don't know how much we have to go through in there.
Oh,
So I could pretty much meet any day next week except Tuesday, or the week after, except Tuesday.
Yes, next week, the 10th would work for me, next Tuesday from 1 to 4,
The 10th,
the 10th,
yeah,
okay.
I think it's all right, but
Friday, the 13th in the afternoon.
I wouldn't be able to do that, but there's no
Oh, okay.
reason that anybody else couldn't, I mean,
Monday, the 16th,
I can do Monday, the 16th, 1 to 4.
Wednesday, the 18th.
I'm available all of next week, the 16th, or the following week, the week of the 16th, I can do the 16th, the 17th, the 18th, or the 20th in the afternoon,
I cannot do the 17th, but I could do any other day that week.
all right.
What about you?
Friday afternoon would be the best for me, the 20th. I mean, it's the easiest time for me to get out, get away for the afternoon.
I mean, that works for me too. I am available the 20th like that, so.
Yeah.
So you want to call it we're talking Tuesday the 10th and
Friday the
Friday
20th?
Friday the 20th?
Yeah, from 1 to 4.
Yeah, and if it's possible for all of us to be there for the first one, I would
Yeah,
really like that.
that would be the most important
Yeah.
one.
So ask her if we can do the 20th,
Okay.
and that way Tom can be here.
And then we'll come back in
For-
Yeah,
after,
and then
after
that, we
Christmas.
can-
After
we
that,
can-
then we'll-
We can decide, okay, here's what we're gonna,
Yeah,
an approach.
Yeah.
exactly. So what I'll do is I'll contact Naomi like that to do a public work session. Anybody else wants to show up?
Yeah, check with her,
if
make
she-
sure that she's available.
she's
for
on
us.
board.
Make sure
If she
she's
can.
available. Yeah, I'll make sure that Maureen's available like that and.
I'll put a hold on my calendar. 20th. Think 1 o'clock,
1 o'clock, yeah.
1 to 4?
1 to 4.
I'll just have to verify depending on when she takes lunch.
Usually about 1:30,
Yeah.
but yeah. I'll
Does
just
she
follow the
know-
whole thing.
Yeah, I think if she knows we're coming in.
Okay, good.
And then after that, it'll be after the holidays are over.
Yeah, I think so.
Start in
I-
after
yeah,
New Year's.
holidays like that, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, I think we're all set there. The next one is the tentative public site search for the bean burial site, also known as the pest site. We're looking at a tentative date there of December 15th, probably around 9 a.m., weather dependent with more information to follow. And I know we had snow today like that, and I don't know, my phone says we may have snow on Sunday, but it's supposed to warm up next week like that with chances of rain, so it's, looks like to be minimal snow on the ground like that.
Yeah, a lot of rain next week, warm, temperatures in the 40s.
Yeah, a lot of temperatures in the 40s, should be a lot of melting like
That's like
that.
11-day and 10-day forecast shows 36 on Saturday,
Yeah,
so.
so right now, it looks like it could be a go like that, but I'll wait till we're closer like that, and then
Well,
I'll,
if you guys find it, we can walk back out.
well, I'll mark it with a GPS like that, so we're not guessing and
Yeah.
doing an Easter egg hunt looking for it again like a second time.
Oh, yeah,
So,
that's the 15th,
yeah, the 15th, from 9 a.m.
9 a.m.
Be kind of the same when you did John Gillette like that, we'll meet here and then we'll carpool over there, and with my truck there, if I take the dog seat cover off the back, I can seat 6 people, cozy, but
Yeah,
depending on who
When do
wants
you
to
want to
go.
make the decision? We need to make it probably by Thursday of that week.
I was gonna try Wednesday,
Okay.
but better chance to look at the weather like that, and then I'll go ahead and
Yeah,
send the email.
2
like
days
that to
notice,
do it. Yeah, give that.
48 hours
yeah,
notice on the
Yeah.
meeting.
48 hours like that, so.
Is that that's a work session?
Yes.
I would call it a work session there, because if someone, people wanna tag along like that, and if we have a quorum, then we need to.
We need to post it if there's 3 of you going.
Say, yeah, that's why on Wednesday I'll make the call on that, so.
So that's Wednesday, the 11th.
Yes, the 11th.
And if something changes for some reason and we're not going, I think we're pretty sure we are, but obviously if not, I'll be here.
Any other business? If we're all set there?
I don't have anything other than, obviously, from the last Board of Selectmen meeting, there were a few open actions for them to make decisions on whether or not they wanted to do cypre money or anything forward, so I'll follow up on those, but that's from the BOS/cemetery trustees, not from this group, but just wanted to remind you that,
That's on the agenda for next Monday, right?
well, not specifically, but it's just a follow-up item, yeah.
Well, I mean, warrant articles in general, I thought I saw.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it is. I thought you meant, did cemetery trustees get a bullet on the agenda?
Oh, no, no,
No.
yeah,
We'll just bring it up under Board of Selectmen committee items.
yep.
Anybody else have anything? Action items I have there is, Sherry, you're gonna reach out to like Cornerstone and
Yeah, Perry Brothers.
Perry Brothers
Man,
and
probably
Manchester Monument.
Monument, I think that's what it was, and Peterborough. There might have been one other one, I just can't remember
Okay, I mean, that sounds
off the
good.
top of my head.
I'll reach out to Maureen and make sure that December 20th from 1 to 4 is a good time for her like that, and that she's available like that.
And then post it if so.
And I'll make sure it gets posted, yes.
You're gonna see if she's available on the 10th too, right?
No, we thought
No,
that
because Tom can't be there on the 10th.
Tom can't be there.
Oh, okay, all right, so
Yeah,
it's
you
not
could
gonna,
scratch the 10th. It's the
Okay.
Our first meeting, if it works like that, it'll be December 20th,
all right. And
so that we're all there together.
I'll try to bring Judy, because she'll be of great help to us.
It's a great idea.
She knows that stuff inside out, backside too, and she'll be able to tell us stuff that Maureen won't have the time to stay in here with us forever, all afternoon.
Is there anybody else who has that knowledge
No,
besides Judy?
no.
Well, isn't her, she worked with her husband on that, didn't she?
Yeah. Side by side, so he was the sexton and she worked right there.
There wasn't anybody else?
Nope. I did have an idea though, because, maybe, these burial permits that I printed out, made copies of, and I told you that I just happened to flip it over, and I happened to flip onto H, and I know that there's two people that are buried that aren't in this book right away. And that was, people that lived right here in the center of town, so I'm wondering if it would be worth it, because I know they ended up being buried in the Southwest Cemetery. If we could get a copy of the burials that were been done down there, and, because they should be in here and they're not.
Right, because they just might have gone to a different cemetery and it wasn't recorded, or that's.
This is all of-
includes Hillside?
This includes Hillside, but
Okay.
they're not in there. So I think that we're gonna find, we may have some errors and we
They got
want
their own book?
I think they do, that's why I was wondering if they'd let us, borrow it sometime for, 2 or 3 days to, it'd take a while to go through it, there's a lot of names here.
Is that, Judy's, isn't she a trustee though for the Hillside Cemetery?
I
Would
am
she be
too.
a- Oh, you are too?
Mm-hmm.
Think
I've
we-
been for quite a while down there,
if we
yeah.
could- Yeah, if we could get, that book, that would be nice.
It'd be
too,
nice
I
if they'd
think.
let us borrow it for a few days. The other thing I'd like to see if Maureen, this appears to me like it's been put in like Excel, some kind of a database. And if she's got it on the computer, it'd be a lot easier for us to update this and
Oh, yeah,
search for stuff than going through all this paper.
she had Pam Mole do a number of decades of data entry.
But somebody's done it already, because this was done through 1994.
Yeah, I don't know. Pam did some of the older years, so that might be from that work, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, yeah. But I was just thinking, if she's got it on the computer or on a
Yeah,
hard drive somewhere or something, or a disk, that'd be nice if we could get copies of that.
yeah. The less retyping we have to do, because
Yeah.
we want to get it all electronic
Right.
at some
Right.
point. Yeah, if it's already
I
partially.
mean, if these pages are correct, and she's got it on a disk, then we don't have to do anything. We can just keep adding or
Adjusting it.
cut and paste or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense, and then, well, and when you update it, because you do it by year anyway, so it would, should be in calendar year, your order.
Yeah.
Well, no, because they did it by
They did it-
alphabetical. It's
Yeah, but you could,
alphabetical.
if she's
You
got
could
it,
do
you
it,
can
move
change
it
it.
around, if it's in a
You can
spreadsheet.
change
yeah,
that
you
around.
can-
Oh,
You
yeah.
can choose your,
It'd be
Any
nice to,
number.
yeah, you can choose what you want.
it'd be nice to have it alphabetical, last name, in order, but also put this around, so like all the Sawyers are here, but the first one that passed away would be at the top, and the last one would be at the
Okay,
bottom.
yeah, I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Might not be able to do it. I think you can, though. Can write some code, I think, and do it.
I got something to bring up when,
Well, I was gonna say, as far as the action items like that is, Maureen, and I'll make sure that it gets posted like that if she's available at that time, so we can all meet there on the 20th. Also, next Wednesday, I'll make sure that we're all set like that, and make sure that there's a post there for the bean
Right.
site search too, like that. And like I said, we'll meet here and we can carpool over and
yep,
go over there down the crossroad like that. And then Janice was gonna, on the cypre money like that,
follow up.
you're gonna follow up on that and stay in touch with that. That's what I had for the three, action items like that out from tonight.
What was that with Cypre?
Just following up on the Board of
Following up.
Selectmen items.
No, yep. Yeah, they wanted kind of an inflow and outflow 10-year report. Who's doing that?
Beth gave it to us.
Oh, she did. Okay.
And what's that look like, do you know?
No, I've been doing other things yesterday and today.
Yeah.
I think that was to just be aware of a drawdown, what a drawdown would look like,
Right.
and a build-up
Right,
burn rate,
yeah.
so.
I can walk through my shop again. That's what I've been doing.
Oh, that's good.
One thing I hope, Tom's done a really good job of, the minutes and getting them out like that, and, getting the rough draft out, and we've approved them like that. I hope that they're going into the town office, even though we're not trustees, we're just advisory committee.
They should be, we
They should be
should be.
going in the binder where the cemetery trustees minutes went,
Are
so
you
that,
sending them to Maureen?
I'm not, I know
We can
that,
ask her when we meet on.
okay, I didn't know, I mean,
I'm
it's a
sending the
learning curve for me like that.
I'm
Are
sending
you-
the final back out, but I've been sending them to Naomi, so the finals should go to Maureen.
Well, I think so. She keeps the book downstairs.
Well, I understand that, but-
I mean, maybe she gets them off the notifications, I don't know.
I
Because
guess
then they bounce out on a notification that they've been published. So,
Okay.
yeah, she may just pick those up there too.
She
I don't
might.
know.
I don't
haven't
know.
looked to see if they're in there, I mean, we could ask to look at the binder, and if they're not there,
Yeah,
then we
if you
could.
write that down for the 20th, we can certainly ask her. But they are on the website, have validated that. You had something?
Oh, yeah, just back when we were, back in November or something, we had talked to the Board of Selectmen, or the cemetery trustees at one point. I forget where this came up, but I got a note that the cemetery trustees would like us to show our inventory sometime in January or February,
Our inventory?
cemetery inventory. So that spreadsheet, the master spreadsheet that we have, they would like to see that at some point when it's complete. So, and they said beginning of next year sometime.
Yeah, they wanted to get through budgets first,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
I think February.
February is usually a
Yeah.
catch-up time.
I mean, maybe March is more appropriate, but, anyways, I just didn't wanna lose track of that. They did wanna see our progress on that high-level inventory of the cemeteries.
Okay.
And that might be where some photos come up and a little presentation is done that, shows what we've gathered, collected, so,
Well, we could show them the spreadsheet, and then we could do the PowerPoint,
yeah, right, that's what I was
that
thinking.
has all the different cemeteries like that with.
Right.
the
Some
information
photos.
we've gathered. Yeah, the
Yeah.
photos with it has the photo, the sign and then the coordinates and,
Mhm.
and you could plug in and put it up on the board there
Yep.
for them to see like that, so.
Yeah, so, that's all, I didn't wanna lose track of that, that was a request.
No, I remember that, yeah, that comment there.
January, February might not be the right time, but they
Well,
said.
Maybe
beginning of
April 1st, have to
sometime next
vote.
year.
They'll be done.
Catalog or inventory, whatever we call it. Let's just say Q1 next year sometime. We can work that out as things go. Maybe you can ask them what they want to do later on as our liaise. That was it.
Right. Anything else? I think we're all set.
That's it? That's all we have to do?
That's all I had on the agenda like that, so.
Where is that map gonna go?
I suggest that if you want a copy, we make a copy, but that copy
Goes
over
into
to-
Maureen.
Yeah. Well, we all have scanned images.
Right,
that
and as
can-
I say, if you want a paper copy, we can make a paper copy, but that one goes over there.
We have something that can make copies of that, at that scale? Oh, the scanner, right? The scanner is,
Over in the building department.
it's also a printer? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say, make a is he gonna update that one? No, because East
No,
Ware's not on there.
Yeah, he's done with that.
Yeah, and I'd say make a couple
That's the
copies.
Johnson, he's done with the Johnson.
Yeah.
As far as he's concerned, Johnson is complete.
We have it scanned electronically, but I would make a couple of paper copies of that and just roll it up with them. Because you may want to bring that out and show people, but you may want to leave the original alone. That's folded, so that's gonna wear out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why he's got it folded, so,
Needs to go in a sleeve and left alone.
Yeah,
yeah.
so I would just, paper copies. Because I don't know if the scanned one that we have, how that would scale. Like if you lost that and you had to print it at size again, like I don't know if you'd be able to do that, depending on the scan rate, the scan quality. That would vary.
Do you want to take care of that, or you want me to do it?
Are you in here on a regular basis? I mean, you can,
I can come up here and do it tomorrow.
yeah, I mean, probably easier for you to do it like that than for me like that, so. And,
I mean, tomorrow or Monday, but probably
Yes.
tomorrow.
okay.
I'm gonna stick this inside here.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, somehow that has to be, denote that what part of the Johnson Cemetery it is. I mean, he's kinda got it marked, but
is there a title on it, a header?
No,
no, not
No,
really.
but it's in there, it's part of the Johnson stuff in there,
this,
yeah.
this is,
This section,
That
on
portion
here.
right
yeah,
on here, it's clear with that. I know that that's what he's talking about, because we just did it, but otherwise, if I saw that, I wouldn't know.
right.
Well, I mean, you could,
You could just put it, blow up of Johnson's lot or something on it.
well, it's more than Johnson. It's
Yeah.
Gilman and Minahan, Page. He just did that because I think it's,
There's a lot.
yeah, there's a lot here too. Yeah,
He has excellent penmanship.
yeah, he's definitely got drafting
Mhm.
skills. Do you wanna add anything to that, or just leave it as is? I mean, you can kind of figure it out. You can see Shirley Gilman, and you see Shirley Gilman here, and if you looked at this map in 5 minutes, you could figure out what it is.
Maybe after you copy it, maybe just,
On a copy.
yeah, just maybe staple it to that side, right over that area. Then it would be right there.
That paper clip or something like that, so it's with it. I think think if we're all set, there's nothing else there, make a motion that we adjourn.
Second?
All right, all in favor?
Yes?
Yes.
7:40?
7:40. Your mics are still live. Video's still on.